The internet was trying to kill me though. The internet said that Puffy tried to kill me. That's what the internet was saying. I know what you're thinking. Diddy? Hell no, I left them parties early. I was out by 9. Something don't look right. It's slippery in here, nigga.
Even referencing this shocking discovery during his federal home raids.
Baby oil, more than 1,000 bottles altogether.
How's it like? I was in that tunnel though. It was hot in that tunnel. Am I going to the wrong place in this? Because I looked at the end of the tunnel and I thought I saw the devil like, come on. Was that Puffy? I'm around, but if it was Puffy, he had like a flaming bottle of Johnson & Johnson.
Jamie Foxx has turned against Diddy in a dramatic twist that has rocked the entertainment world. The Oscar-winning actor and producer has reportedly signed a cooperation agreement with federal prosecutors and will testify against Sean Diddy Combs in a high-profile misconduct case. This bombshell development emerged after prosecutors filed a sealed-then-unsealed motion revealing Foxx met with FBI and IRS agents for over 10 hours across multiple sessions. What makes this situation so explosive isn't just the cooperation itself, but the evidence Foxx handed over.
If Jamie Foxx was at a Diddy party, and what we're finding out now, and what they're allegedly saying now, that he has certain kind of alcohol with drugs in it, we had certain kind of allegedly baby oil with drugs in it, and those people touch those certain things, and they have that certain things in them, it can react to their bodies and make them go through those certain type of situations. Brother, if you touch fentanyl, you could die. They got drugs, if you touch it, you could die. So if they say that you get that baby oil or that other stuff in your system, you wake up and you don't know what happened to you, it's possible that that could have some kind of chemical reaction to his body that caused him to have a seizure, that caused him to have some kind of convulsion and stuff like that, and he goes and what was he, unconscious? He was in a coma or something? They didn't know what was going on with him? Bruh, all that's possible.
Court documents reveal he provided phone screenshots, electronic calendar entries, and 2 cloud-stored video clips showing late-night meetings at Diddy's properties. These materials reportedly corroborate router logs and payroll records already in evidence through former security director Roger Bonds. Prosecutors claim this digital trail forms an unbreakable chain linking Diddy directly to the activities under investigation. The cooperation didn't come from nowhere. Foxx apparently approached federal authorities through outside counsel after discovering he might face charges in a separate grand jury investigation involving an investment promotion scheme.
It's day 1 of the celebrity trial gripping much of the nation. Sean Diddy Combs, once one of entertainment's most powerful moguls, accused of crimes so heinous, he faces the possibility of spending the rest of his life behind bars.
He struck a deal for a non-prosecution assurance in that unrelated matter, contingent on providing truthful cooperation in the Combs case. The judge approved this arrangement, ruling that jurors may hear about the cooperation agreement, but not its specific language unless Foxx's credibility comes under attack during cross-examination. Perhaps the most damning evidence comes from 2 videos Foxx recorded inside Diddy's Holmby Hills estate back in 2019. These clips show the men discussing scheduling and guest logistics before what prosecutors called a multi-tier recording session.
The very first piece of evidence introduced, an unedited version of this March 2016 surveillance video obtained by CNN at the Intercontinental Hotel in Los Angeles. An off-duty LAPD officer working security that night testified about what Ventura told him.
One frame captures a dry erase board with time blocks, initials, and color-coded arrows that match notations in a guest care spreadsheet previously authenticated by Bonds. Image enhancement confirmed 4 sets of initials matching staff members who already testified about overnight guest wing procedures. The videos reportedly established that Diddy personally reviewed the color coding system used to coordinate guest access, with Foxx's voice confirming the presence of door monitors. Beyond the videos, Foxx provided screenshots of text messages exchanged with a senior member of Diddy's household management.
It was a family affair inside the courtroom. Diddy entered the court wearing a white shirt and a casual crew neck sweater. He faced his mom and his kids and placed his hand on his heart, made a symbol of the heart with his fingers, and blew them a kiss.
One message reads, "Jamie, green band is clear for you. Driver will bring paperwork. No phones in stage wing until after heartbeat." This single text connects multiple pieces of evidence, with prosecutors interpreting green band as an admission category from staffing charts and heartbeat as the code for private camera blackout periods shown in surveillance logs. While defense attorneys tried to exclude these screenshots as hearsay, prosecutors argued they fall under party agent exceptions since they came from an employee acting within their duties.
Sean P. Diddy Combs' family arrived for day one of his trafficking trial.
How is your father feeling today?
They walked into the federal courthouse in Manhattan, hand in hand, in a gesture of solidarity.
What happened behind closed doors at these exclusive gatherings? According to Foxx's recorded interview, he attended 4 invitation-only songwriting retreats at Diddy-controlled properties between 2017 and 20. Each retreat began with a security briefing where attendees surrendered personal devices in exchange for RFID wristbands controlling interior door locks. Foxx received a unique wristband color corresponding to a guest class labeled Creative A.
The last hearing before Sean Combs' trial starts, when he walked into federal court today, he appeared to be looking for his family. They've pretty much been at all of the hearings that I've been to, but there was no presence of his sons or his mother or his sister who had previously been at those hearings.
Containing a small diode that lit intermittently when scanned by security staff. Maintenance invoices already in evidence reference guest wristband reader batteries purchased for 2 Combs residences, with Foxx's description of the diode pattern matching technical specifications in those invoices. Perhaps most concerning are Foxx's allegations about document destruction. He recounted witnessing Diddy instruct an aide to shred printed ledgers marked Refresh Supply following a Florida retreat.
Diddy's lawyers had argued that he had made good faith efforts by showing up in New York ready to surrender to face these charges, but prosecutors said that he could not be trusted, that he has a history of trying to intimidate witnesses, including some who are going to be witnesses in this case.
While Foxx couldn't confirm the exact content, he noted the ledgers appeared similar to guest care rosters previously shown in court. Prosecutors notified defense counsel they intend to introduce this account as proof of consciousness of wrongdoing, though defense attorneys object that the alleged shredding is too vague to support such an inference. How credible is Foxx's cooperation? Defense attorneys will likely focus cross-examination on his potential legal exposure in the separate investment promotion inquiry and whether the cooperation agreement gives him incentive to embellish.
The decision guarantees Combs will face trial beginning just 4 days from now that will test whether one of music's most prolific figures used his power, wealth, and fame to exploit both women and men for decades.
However, prosecutors disclosed that the assurance is contingent on Foxx's continued compliance and expressly void if he withholds information. The agreement states that any benefit will be determined at prosecutors' sole discretion, making future leniency uncertain. Legal analysts suggest these provisions undercut arguments that Foxx secured a guaranteed outcome in his unrelated matter. The digital evidence extends beyond videos and texts. Investigators matched event reminders in Foxx's cloud account to Wi-Fi access point logs recovered from Diddy's residences. A midnight reminder labeled Studio B Layer corresponds to router logs showing Foxx's device connecting to an access point named Stage Inner North. Government experts plan to testify that these logs confirm presence in areas where cameras repeatedly went offline during periods flagged as guest care in security records. The industry reaction was immediate and far-reaching. Entertainment insurers issued a bulletin stating private sessions requiring device surrender would be reclassified as higher-risk events unless clients implement transparent auditing. Talent agencies advised clients to document attendance via contemporaneous emails to representatives, creating independent timelines outside event hosts' control. Studio executives called emergency compliance meetings to assess non-disclosure protocols, recognizing that routine text messages can become evidence despite physical device controls. The legislative impact has already begun. Staff tracking the trial for consumer protection committees circulated the government's filing as an example of how digital footprints survive attempts at secrecy. A draft of the proposed Performer Safety and Accountability Act now includes provisions requiring hosts to provide secure communication devices to guests who surrender personal phones and set civil penalties for hosts failing to maintain verifiable access logs. During trial testimony, Foxx authenticated his timeline against airline manifests and rideshare receipts obtained under subpoena. He explained that security briefings required guests to exchange personal phones for RFID wristbands controlling guest wing doors, with colors denoting tiered access, green signifying recording studio privileges with limited movement in residential corridors. The prosecution presented a compelling composite timeline showing router log entries from Foxx's wristband reader pinging access points every 6 minutes, alongside camera offline intervals labeled heartbeat from surveillance logs, and a third row listing linen replacement orders from estate management software. Defense counsel focused cross-examination on whether Foxx's cooperation agreement guaranteed immunity from charges in his separate investment inquiry. Foxx responded that prosecutors made no promises beyond evaluating his assistance in good faith. They highlighted his previous public remarks about enjoying legendary nights at Diddy's events, to which Foxx replied that promotional language for entertainment press doesn't capture operational details now under scrutiny. The trial included testimony from a systems integrator who installed the wristband infrastructure, confirming that door controller firmware logs correspond to router access points because each scan generated both a local door unlock and central database ping. He explained that disabling interior cameras while maintaining exterior coverage required supervisor-level override and produced work orders for firmware updates labeled guest care modulation, proving he had administrator credentials. The jury's deliberations have focused intensely on the digital evidence, requesting playback of both Foxx videos, the composite timeline, linen order invoices, and router log summaries. They specifically asked for clarification on consciousness of wrongdoing and to review the whiteboard image from Foxx's first video, suggesting these elements figure prominently in their discussions. Whatever the outcome, this case has forever changed industry practices. Foxx's cooperation reinforces a trend already influencing event contracts. Hosts must now justify phone collection policies, document camera offline intervals, and retain guest access logs. Future creative retreats will likely incorporate audit trails signed by both hosts and attendees, recognizing digital records can surface years later under subpoena. The entertainment world watches as 12 jurors weigh laptops, spreadsheets, router logs, color-coded wristbands, and 2 short videos. Evidence prosecutors say reveals a pattern of misconduct that the defense insists is merely a misinterpretation of ordinary backstage logistics.